Okay, hello. Back with another video already, Back to the Future. Oh boy, I just looked at this literally just 2 minutes ago. I wasn't planning on doing this video. I thought, you know what, I'll go back to the start of Back to the Future because there's several points at which the beginning and the end has been referenced in my decode and stuff, and in Back to the Future itself, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but when Marty does his jump back and he's going to connect up with the lightning, right? When he goes to the start line to start his run for that jump, right? He parks up the road. I don't know if it's a mile up the road or whatever, but where he stops, there is a sign that says, I'm pretty sure it says Bluebird Motel. Okay. Now, when he makes the jump, you'll notice that right at the sort of where the wire is going across the street, between the two lampposts, which aren't really lampposts, one is a lamppost, the other one I think is actually a electric pole. I'm not sure about it. I've got to look at it a bit more. Of course, in Doc's little model, it looks like two lampposts, but I'm pretty sure on the other side of the road, it actually, maybe I'm wrong about this, but it looked to me like it was actually attached to an electric pole. Anyway, getting sidetracked. What is right there as well is the Bluebird Motel. Okay, so we have a reference to the beginning and the end being the same thing. All right, and another little cut. There's several little 1/8 references in that scene. Okay, maybe we'll go to it in this video. I'm not quite sure how much I want to do of a decode, but I really just wanted to show you this and how it relates back to the dollar bill. So this is right at the start of Back to the Future. Okay, I think I'm 10 seconds into into this opening scene video. Funnily enough, it's 10:10 long. Actually, it probably was 10:11 long, which is pretty interesting as well. Universal Pictures All Access. I wonder if this is an official site, because that is interesting that they would have put that timestamp in at 10:11 and then it goes to 10:10, and right at 10 seconds in, I'm about to show you something all to do with 10 and 11 and 8 and 1 and the dollar bill. So I don't know, it just occurred to me. I was just thinking, oh, that's interesting that it's pointing at, is it pointing at 10? It's right in between 10 and 11, basically, they're pointing at. And I'm like, we've got an 8 and we're in between 10 and 11, somewhere in between 10 and 11 here. So we're getting a 1 reference for sure, but I was like, it could have been, we could have just been 8:05. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I think this means now. Okay, so the big hand is pointing. So we've got one hand, our hand pointing down to the 8. Okay, so we've got the number 8 down here, and then we've got the big hand, okay, pointing in between the 10 and 11. Now let me show you in the dollar bill why I think this is significant. Okay, here's the dollar bill. So the other thing that's really significant is, hang on a minute, let's just go back to this. Note the owl here, okay? Right. In the dollar bill, okay, if you've not seen my folds, my decode folds before, there's like a dozen of them now, at least. And I'm going to show you this one. This is one of the best ones. If you've looked at stuff that's hidden on the dollar bill before, you might have come across the idea that right where my cursor is a little figure of an owl. Okay, that little figure of an owl there is also repeated as fold markers if you follow my cursor around the rest of the dollar bill. We're not going to worry about doing any other folds. I just want to show you, so for people that watch my stuff all the time, this is all old stuff. So I'm going to cut off this end of the dollar bill right through, try to get right through the center of that owl, okay? And this is the same as putting a fold line where my cursor is, and then simply taking one side of the dollar bill and folding it over to the other side. Okay, so let's do that. And what you'll notice is that the O and the shield match up. Okay, so if I just go on to brushes, I can illustrate for you now some of the numbers that are in here. Okay, now obviously if you were to turn this thing upside down and look at it, if you were to outline this thing and look at it upside down, what it looks like is, amongst other things, it looks like the number 10. If you looked at this up the other way, this is the number 10, this red that I've just outlined. And in the center of it is the number 11. Now what's interesting is we have, let me do a different color, we have a phallic symbol down here. Let me just go around where the phallic symbol is, and it's penetrating into this 1011, okay, and 1011 just happens to be the 315th, 314th day of the year, sorry, which is Pi Day. And actually, if you actually look at this, oh, it has a tail on it to make P and I, okay, that's just something interesting, okay, and the pi is the thing that we're stuck in, okay, it's a cycle that we're stuck in, okay, the big chunk of pi is the dam, okay. Anyway, what we have down the bottom here is an 8, okay, it's two testicles attached to a phallic symbol, okay. The testicles are attached to a phallic symbol. What this represents is mankind, physical mankind, and it also represents the physical world in which we live in, okay. If we follow the rules of the physical world in which we live in, the ones that God's put there and not man's rules, when we follow God's rules that are there, that are inherently within the world and immutable, okay, when we follow those rules, we are golden, okay. We're following the righteous path. When we don't follow those rules, we're screwed, okay. But anyway, what we have here is a very large, do a different color again so we can kind of, we have a very large 1 and 8, okay, a very large 1-8, and that 1-8, yes, is going into, is in between this 10 and 11 up the top here. This one hand, the big one hand, the minute hand, is in between the 10-11, and there's an 8 down here, which actually happens to be an 8-11 as well, okay. So you can see that clock now looks very interesting, because it looks to me like we've got the phallic symbol in between the 10 and 11 here. The other one's pointing down towards this 8, is connected to the 8. If you like, the line that's connecting these two is actually an L, is actually a 7. The line that is connecting this 8 through to the 10-11 is the phallic symbol, okay. So what I'm trying to explain to you there is that fold in the dollar bill, I reckon, is encoded right here with this number, with the way these clocks are, and I think that is encoding 8-1. Okay, that's it for the video. 8-1 is approaching fairly rapidly now, so it'll be interesting. And one thing I will say is that if you go and Google when they started work on the Twin Towers, I believe groundbreaking was the, what do I say? I think it was the 5th of August, 1968, when they actually started doing the actual work, or at least this is what they want to write down, when they actually started building the towers. Okay. This is interesting because this is 4 days. We will be 4 days shy. If 8/1 is a reference date, we're going to be 4 days shy of complete of 55 years since the Twin Towers were started. If I could get my words out. Okay, we're 4 days shy. What is really interesting is that in Back to the Future, when Doc is waiting for Marty, I'm pretty sure at 4 minutes to 10, Doc is saying, "Damn, where is that kid? Damn, where is that kid? Damn." He's making a. This is one of my early decodes on the references to the Hoover Dam. He's making that dam reference at 4 minutes till 10. Okay, Marty makes the jump 4 minutes after 10. There's a difference of 8 minutes there between talking about the dam, waiting for Marty, and then Marty leaving and doing the jump. 8 minutes. Okay, all surrounding the number 10, which is also the number 1. So there's an 8/1 reference right there, which is pretty interesting. But there's also a 4 minute 4 minutes to 10 reference there as well. I don't know how you want to look at that, but it's kind of interesting with all the 4/1 references, or 14 references that keep coming across. So anyway, I want to leave it there. This is the 1/8 penetrating the pi right here. Okay, 10/11. Okay. Anyway, whether or not it's in balance or not, or what, I don't know. You know, it could be the idea of going into the pi, into the reality of 9/11, or it could be coming out of that as well, depending on, as again, the beginning is the same as the end. Anyway, that's it. I'll catch you on another one. All right, cheers. All right, bye.